and here you are. Like, come on, there are better ways to say things. Like, so I think you want to say something about it, babe.
Yeah, something just popped in my mind right now because I understand the fact that that's wrong on both parties, but we should also like maybe I feel like we should also know where to draw the line between being so materialistic or you know, not knowing how to cut your clothes according to your this size now or
Oh
shoes. I don't
yes,
know.
the woman part, right?
Now you know that this is your family finance income, right? This is how much this guy earns, this is how much this man earns, or maybe the guy or the lady, whichever one, then is now trying to always make
Demand
demands or moves
that would
or
affect the
that would
family.
affect the financial, now. Why are you
Yeah.
like
And you're now also using it as emotional blackmail, like
exactly right?
because
You
it's
know
one word.
that I want to do this thing and all, and then it becomes an issue. So it's complex, right? But I mean, wisdom. That's why they say, I mean, marriage is for people that are mature, like they always say.
Point
You
on.
know, you just have to use wisdom, maturity in handling stuff.
Carry it.
I
You have
won't
to
say, I won't say there are not people who have gotten married and cannot just see, like, you just, this is not possible now. We can't do this thing now, but the partner is bent on, no, we must do it now. If you don't do it now, then it means this one, then it means that one. Why? Like, you know,
Yeah. I think
so
I just want to give an example to people watching. Like, so for example, my husband is saying, for example, let's say the husband is the one working the most, or maybe the wife, and the person is earning maybe 800,000 naira per month, and the family expenses is like 700K. So they have like 100K left as savings, right? And the wife comes the next day and says, I want to buy iPhone 15 Pro Max. And the husband is like, we can't afford iPhone 15 Pro Max. And the next thing, the wife pulls out emotional blackmail card, like, so is it because I'm not working? Or is it because this? Have I asked for too much? Even my mates, the husband are buying them more than that.
yeah, that kind of stuff.
Like, and it can also be a man doing that to his wife. Like, if I was working right now, I would do this. But you already
Yeah,
know how much she's earning or how much he's earning, right? So let's be mature and sensible with our request. And let's try not to like overweigh our burdens on our partners, right? Let's just be realistic. That's the word. So thank you,
yeah,
babe. Thank you for that balance. Are you enjoying it so far on my show?
yeah, I am.
Okay. When we're done, I'm going to give you some food or something to like calm your nerves, Thank you.
Put away
So
from they play my fans.
so now I want to talk about something. Babe, I'm going to put you on the spot right here, but I trust that you are wise to handle this. There are cases of people where
You
the
finish.
wife maybe don't worry, where the wife is the one earning money. Maybe the husband is not working at the moment, or
Yeah.
the husband is has less income, and the wife collects a salary and hands everything over to her husband. Like, babe, this is how
Hmm.
much I do. I've made 300K this month. Take everything and now give me money back or distribute it. So what do you think
Okay.
about that? What's the balance and what do you think about it?
You see, I would say I'm in the position to decide for people's marriages or people's family or people how they want to run their relationship. I'm just
Right.
going to talk based on my own opinion. Yeah. I feel like if that happens, there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with it. If both parties have already agreed that this is how we want to be running our family. Do you
Right.
get?
Right.
Yeah, she might have friends that might say, "Oh, your husband is just using your head. It's just this one, that one." Well,
Now we're
that
all using our heads.
right? I mean, everybody is using
Our
everybody
heads,
is
really.
person said or the other.
Right.
You get
Right.
so what I'm saying is that if that's how they've decided to run their families or their homes, then good. And they're having peace, good, right? So, but if and like I said again, all these things are just communication issues, right? If you can sit down to talk about these things, okay, oh, in this family, oh, these are what we doing, oh.
Right.
If you know these are things that should have been talked about even before marriage or before
Exactly.
so not be say every time when you are dating, every time you what are
Who's your
things
date?
where
Ice
are you
cream.
doing? what are you doing now? Are you eating rice today? Are you eating yam today?
Have you
You
poo?
cannot talk about real things, right? You understand? Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I don't ask, what are you, or don't I ask?
I mean, you try your
You know,
best.
don't I or didn't I, when we're building and stuff like that.
Of course, now you ask.
So now, but you guys didn't talk about that, bro. So now you now want to like get into the marriage, and then the husband believes that this is how it should be. If you are earning more than me, or if you are
You
earning
should
money,
give me
both
your
of us
money.
give me the
Yeah.
money. And you're like, no, why would I do that? You see, so these are the issues, right? So I believe that these are things that are supposed to have been talked about in before getting married at all. So that's my take on that, really, because I'm
Yeah.
not in a position to say, okay, no, it is wrong, no, it is right. If it works for a family, then it is right. If it's
Yeah.
not working, then it is wrong.
Right.
So that's just it.
Wisdom. And I love that. I love that you touched on communication in dating. I think I've realized, because I counsel people on marriage and relationships, like, very big. And I've realized that sometimes some of the issues that people have in marriage, almost like 80% of these issues are issues that could have been dealt with in dating stage, that they bring back to marriage, and it now lingers back and hurts the marriage itself. So really, whatever works for whatever is fine. But at the same time, I think there's also a balance from my end, which is what I said before about being secure. Now, for me, I personally believe that if you're with a man and maybe you guys are discussing in dating, and you already know that two balances, or two things I want to point out. You already know that maybe your husband is a spender and does not know how to spend money well. For example, in my marriage now, me, I'm the spender. Oh, onye jikashi, I dey spend. My husband here studied economics.
How much
Economics.
is
And
money?
he's how much is money normal? So I've seen times that maybe two of us get maybe like 500K gifts together or something. And me, my own 500K cooking within 2 days, 3 days. My husband is like, babe, wait, you should still have. I did not still have anything. Now, in that case, if you know that you're married to someone like that, and you are still the better spender, you don't necessarily have, and that's where communication comes in. Tell him, babe, we cannot trust you with this money, because if we give you, you will invite all your friends over and throw party. So even though I'm earning more, let me still hold the money. Now, the problem now comes in when you are with a man that now mandates that you must give me your salary.
And
Like,
that's what I said now. Like, if you saw it during your dating stage and you talked about it, okay, something came to my mind now that what about if the person changes, right? Maybe during your dating stage, the guy
was full and all.
was like,
Or maybe
oh,
he
it's
didn't
okay,
have a problem because he was even earning more. And then in
yeah,
marriage,
like you
he
for the
came
money and
out.
stuff like that. Then you got married, so you felt like it's just normal stuff, right? Like you didn't even talk about it at all because you felt like in fact, when you brought the matter up, you even said something that was cool. Now you
Sensible
got
and
married now, you're not saying something else. How do you deal with that? It just came to my mind right now, and I feel like truly that's why I always advise people to get married to someone who has worked with God, right? If you get married to someone who has worked with God, like, I'm a believer, right? I'm a believer in Christ, and I believe that if you're getting married, you should get married to someone who's also a believer in Christ. So
right.
if you marry someone who has worked with God, you can go to God and tell God that, like, God, please talk to your son. No,
Talk to your son, no.
make something not going to happen for this house.
Babe, do you know I've played that card on you like a number of times?
Well,
I was like, God, see, talk to your son, because talk to him,
do
and it
you
works.
understand? And then you can also have someone who like has a figure that the person can listen to. Yeah,
Authority,
an
yeah.
authority. So if you have someone who doesn't listen to anybody, it's also a problem because at that time, I mean, person cannot listen to anybody. Even if you go report the person or you go tell them, please call my husband about this and this and this. You
And
understand?
your husband blasts
So,
them phone.
yeah, so that's where it comes in. So that's why when you tell people get in relationship with people that are of like minds, spiritually and all, people feel like, oh, you're just
Right.
boxing, you're just boxing people that people that are in church gone, they're the ones that don't see
All those
people to
things.
marry and all those stuff. People have different ideologies, but I mean, you going to church does not mean that you have to work with God, right? You can be a church goer and you don't really have to work with God.
Yeah, true.
So
You
that's
just
just
laughed like
anyway.
Reverend.
What did you say?
You just laughed like Reverend now.
Okay, have we rounding off?
Yeah, we're rounding off. Last
Okay.
last thing I want to talk about or ask you about is joint accounts. What do you
Hmm.
think about joint accounts?
All
Because
right.
now I'm going to
Basically,
be very practical, babe. Sorry, I'm going to be practical. I know of a couple real time that was telling me that when they got married initially, they ran a joint account and the husband would take money from joint account. I said, she is our account and was a spender and go and spend it on other projects and be like, I'm doing a surprise for my wife. And the wife is like, maybe even in the money, the wife's money is like 60% of the money. And yet, because of the word joint is there, the husband believes that it's our money. So
yeah.
I spent all the money. Now, and yet we have also talked about pulling resources together. So what do you think about joint account really?
Well, I feel like it's simple, right? From the name itself, joint account is joint decision,
Mm,
right? So if you're going to have a joint account, right, with someone, I mean, with your partner, it means that you have to have a joint decision to take money from that account,
right,
right? Someone might ask, "Oh, do we have a joint decision to put money in that account?" In my opinion, no. Right? You can put money in the joint account
mm-hmm.
without a decision. I mean, without the person's decision.
Approval.
Like you can have some money and then you want to put it into the joint account, right? You
Yes,
can do it on your own accord. But if you don't take money from them, because putting money to the account is not the problem. It cannot cause problem. I
yes.
mean, it is the
Taking the
taking of
money.
the money. So you know that's one that can cause problem. Then that's one you have to make joint decision over, right? So
Yeah,
bank account is good, right? But you cannot just have. I believe strongly that you can't just have a relationship, whether married or still dating, and then just be having joint account alone. You don't have any personal account. It's not possible.
yeah,
You want to make decisions spontaneously, and then you just want to take the money from your account, maybe some 20K, maybe some 10K, and then you don't have to be informing your partner first,
exactly.
right? So we know that any money that is going out of the joint account is money that is of great substance. You
Right,
understand? So you have to like say, okay, oh, joint account, we have to inform each other about the joint account, and we also have our personal account we can use, right? When we want to make some, little expenses here and there that you don't have to start disturbing your partner about. So
right.
I'm up for joint account, I'm up for personal account, yeah, together, yeah.
Yes. So,
And then,
okay.
like, if you have a joint account, one way again to put accountability there is that, okay, someone might have access to the account while the other, I mean, two of you can have access to the account. Or okay, in a case where just one person has access to the say mobile app or something, the other person might have access to the alerts. So that's when money is coming out. The other person is getting alerted. That money is not that you are the one that has access to the account. You are the one
Yeah,
that
no,
is
guys, just to get a lot.
receiving the alerts. So that when you go and remove money, you now delete the alerts.
Ah, babe, there are things happening. There are really people that take money out of their husband's
Yeah.
phone. Things they happen.
So yeah, that's just my take anyway, Sha.
Yeah, I like your take. I like your take. And I'm going to say
Of
this
course, of
too.
course, of course.
Uh, uh, I'm going to say this too, which is number one, you could have joint accounts where you guys decide that this account will be for so and so thing. So maybe our account is for our groceries and giving and maybe whatever, maybe church needs. So if I take money out of it to go to the spa, you can hold me accountable. Like, what did you use the money for? And I just went to the beach to have fun, right? So, like my husband said, joint decision. So that means we are deciding together to like do something
Yeah,
together, right? Yeah. And at the same time, I also want to talk about this part of yeah, we are putting money together and all of that. You said something about you should have personal accounts. I know of a couple that they don't have personal accounts. Like all they do is their joint account, and it's really working well for them. So they tell each other about every single penny they're spending, and it's working with them. It's working for them. Some of them have access to the accounts individually. So the account is running both as personal and joint, but two of them are working together, doing everything together. In fact, they work together because they're content creators. So all the money come into the same account and everything. So there's nothing like, oh, I have my own account, you have an account.
Good for them. It works for them, right? So
yeah, so that's what I say. At that point, whatever works for you. But for me and my husband, we have our personal accounts and we have our joint accounts. So he knows my earnings, I know his earnings. Every month, I know how much I need to put in there, and I tell him, babe, I'm going to put this amount in our joint account. He tells me he's going to put this amount in our joint account. When we have stuff that has to do with the family, we can say, oh, I'm taking this money out, he's taking this money out. But at the same time, personal account, I still have my personal account. He says personal account. He knows that, oh, I have money, I know he has money. And then I can still buy stuff for the family, even in my personal account. He can still buy stuff for the family, even from his personal account. I remember sometimes when I'm trying to be like, babe, my money has finished. I bought so and so. I say, hey, you want me to say my own? I also bought so and so. And I'm like, don't worry, don't say it again, right? So there's that part. And lastly, one thing I want to talk about is, this one is a bit dicey, but for me, this is it. When one partner is earning over the other partner or is earning more than the other partner, you that is earning less, don't use that as a lackadaisical attitude, never to buy gifts for the other partner. Babe, what do you think? Now always hide under the cover of, you're earning more now. You don't know, what do you expect? You're earning more. What do you expect?
The thing is, right? Gifts are just how would I say it? One thing about gifts is that it shows the position of your heart towards something,
right,
or towards whatever you are gifting to, right? So it's still about giving and all. Like I said, this whole thing is still a root issue. Okay, for example, this thing you just said is going to be difficult for someone who is naturally stingy.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Yes. But it's going to be easier for someone who is naturally a giver. Right? So if you are stingy, no matter how much you earn, you will always see reasons why you have more bills to pay and not more things to give. It's as simple as that, right? If you are a giver, you would always want to give, no matter how small it is, right? So one thing about it is that it is the art that matters. It is the thoughtfulness that matter. You get not. That's why you can even give gifts to people that are way richer than you. Right? Way richer than you. Not like they can't buy what you want to give them in and they won't feel it. But seeing that, oh, this person thought it worthy to like just give towards me, it sends a message. So giving is a message. You get giving or gifts is a message as far as I'm concerned.
All right, thank you so much for watching this episode. I had fun and sweet time and conversation with my husband and with you all. So this channel is actually dedicated to wholesomeness, wholesome living, purpose. I mean, every aspect of your life. I personally believe that you can thrive in every area and aspect of your life without one of them suffering. And that's the sole aim and purpose of this channel. So you can feel free to binge watch all of my videos on my channel. I've talked about a lot of stuff that you'd like to learn about. I've talked about how to find a good life partner. I've talked about self-esteem as a woman. I've talked about friendship, toxic friendship. I've talked about a lot of stuff. Feel free to binge watch all of them episode by episode. And then if you have not subscribed, what do you want me to do to you? Hit the subscribe button right away, and please hit the notification bell. It looks like a bell beside the subscribe button. It's going to let you know when I post new videos and whenever I post new stuff on YouTube. So please subscribe, follow this channel for more exciting, inspiring, and educative videos. Thank you so much for watching this video and episode once again. If you'd like me to have my husband on this channel once more or many more times, if you'd like to see more of my husband on this channel, I'll say tell me in the comments below and I'll read all of your comments and reply all of your comments. Do have a great time. See you in the next video. Bye.